Weapon skins in gaming are an extremely common thing these days, and they range from cool to absolutely embarrassing, and skins as a whole can take up many forms such as weapons, vehicles, and even character, and this creates a sense of individualism and a way to stand out from the crowd. What I'm trying to say is they can be implemented in very bad ways for someone who has self-control issues such as myself, and thankfully with the implementation of skins in Squad, it looks like they're going to be a little smarter in how they implement them. Now, I just gotta have a slight disclaimer, I am not a shill for OWI, I'm just gonna provide some points later on in the video sort of explaining the reasoning as to why they might have added these and also some arguments that people have against adding it. But this has led some people to say that this is a slippery slope because Insurgency Sandstorm started out pretty reserved and now some of the skins in there look really outlandish. I mean, Sandstorm is a good game, it's fun, but I imagine the people that played the 2014 or even the original Source mod might be understandably upset with the direction they went. But I did do some research on whether putting skins on your firearm was a real thing amongst different armies and roles such as special forces, and really all I got back was that if you paint your gun then you gotta pay Uncle Sam back. But a thing I discovered as I was editing this video was that, yeah, well, Reddit isn't a very reliable source, but someone said they were able to paint their firearm in the Marines, in which I did some digging, and turns out this is a thing that they do, but it also depends on the unit. I imagine there will be one unit leader who will probably go Sergeant Hartwell at the thought of it.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that?
But I have also seen some instances of skins being used in real life, especially with what's going on in Eastern Europe, and some guns there do have camouflage and interesting stickers put on them that aren't appropriate for YouTube, but people have done this, and OWI, please, if you're gonna add more weapon skins, please make them look somewhat realistic and try not to add stickers. But how will Squad implement them? They've stated that they want to maintain a realistic and authentic element to them. They will only be available to specific weapons, specific factions, and specific biomes, which means you won't see a desert skin on a winter map. There will also be a unique weapon inspect animation for you to check out your new purchase, and the animation won't be visible to other players. Moydog was absolutely right on Twitter. As a tactical shooter YouTuber, this is the best feature for when it comes to thumbnail making. But staying on topic, the current packs that they have is the Woodland and Desert Camo pack for $4.99 US each, much cheaper than CSGO cases for what you get out of it.
Yeah, just give me fucking shit, that's right.
I like that.
But this whole inventory system will also apply to the Kickstarter backers who also got a unique weapon skin, and I'm curious if anyone watching this was a backer and what your thoughts are on Squad in its current form. I personally feel giving them a little skin to stand out is good, and after all, OWI could have gone the route of giving them an entirely unique gun, not pointing fingers at anyone. But let's look at the camo packs. The Woodland pack looks pretty decent and not something too crazy, but one might argue that these skins will give you an advantage when you're sitting in a bush by being not as easy to spot, which is a fair argument, but personally when I get ambushed like this, I just spray and pray. With the recent suppression update, there's no way I'm going to see the gun even if it was neon pink. The next weapon pack is the desert skins, which all look kind of nice, especially on the M4 with its slight wear and tear, and the M4 skins as a whole don't look too ridiculous. But weapon skins like these have been used in a military environment, and I wouldn't say it's too fictional. I will say though, the QBZ skin does look a little goofy. It makes sense putting a goofy skin on a goofy gun, but the Chinese faction is just not one of my favorites. But I want to bring up some arguments that people have for and against weapon skins being implemented. The next argument I see is OWI is ignoring the player base and only focusing on making money, and that is an interesting point because whether you like it or not, OWI isn't that little company that's looking for donations out out of goodwill to create a Project Reality successor anymore. They're a company with people on payroll and investors they have to please. Being hypothetical here, you can only sell so many copies of Squad because it is a niche game that doesn't appeal to the casual audience who is much larger than the tactical shooter community, nor do you want a casual audience playing this game. This means the sales plateau. The red line that companies base their existence around is no longer going up. So what do? They can make Squad 2, which is kind of pointless because the current Squad still needs work done to it and so much more can be produced for it. The only option is to sell a microtransaction to their customers. They started off with the emote pack, and whatever your opinion was on from a gameplay perspective of these, it has little to no effect on you. A mate told me that a large group of people were saluting in Maine with a certain speech from a mustached Austrian man playing over VoIP, but the emotes that you can use out in the game aren't too wacky. Heck, I'm sure a lot of people would appreciate a flip-off emote since there's no enemy VoIP, and sometimes when we survive against all odds, we just want a way to stick it to the enemy as they slowly bleed out and die. The next way to monetize is by weapon skins, and I assume they're smart and know their audience because real goofy skins won't fly, and by doing this, they could be testing the waters with what they can get away with. Don't take this as me agreeing with the monetization in the game, but if I was sitting in a meeting room with the OWI CEO and he asked me for a way to add in monetization to Squad, me personally, I would add morale patches because real soldiers use these and it won't give any advantage that some people claim skins would give, and I also don't think it could set a precedent of them getting goofier and goofier since I've seen some really interesting morale patches coming out of Eastern Europe. Even the Kickstarter founders are supposed to have gotten a founder patch as well as a unique weapon skin. But I will agree with some of the people saying that this isn't about the gameplay element but the morality of adding microtransactions into a game that said they would never have it, which is fair enough, but like I said, OWI isn't the company it was when they launched the Kickstarter. They gotta do things like this if they want to continue developing your favorite game, and it's unfortunate it's led to this, but all you can do now is vote with your wallet. If you are against these changes, like me, don't buy them. Personally, I won't buy them because I've learned my own lesson of the slippery slope of buying skins, but if you like these skins, by all means, this is America. Spend your money. No one should be able to tell you how you spend it. But you've also got to consider that buying Postscriptum, I can't imagine was cheap. And this might be a way to compensate before Postscriptum ramps up the production and hopefully has a grand new re-release to draw in sales. And that's just that. In the end of the day, it's all about making money. And I'm gonna just throw this out there. Project Reality, good and well. If you want to play that or move to that, by all means, it's still as fun as it was. And I know some Project Reality players will say like this is blasphemy, them adding skins into Squad, which is fair enough, but Project Reality is a mod. They do it all because they love the game and there's no financial incentive, unlike OWI, which is in that situation. But all in all, I would love to hear your opinions on the topic, and don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and be sure to click on the video that is on screen because I know you will like it. Anyways, my name is Tan2 and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.
He can't open doors, he can't open doors.